Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and today I have two things that I'm going to be talking about or on the schedule for today. The very first thing, which I am dying about, is I want to say almost exactly a week ago I ordered from Ice. My first time ever. I've never ordered from Ice before. I in fact never heard about them until I started watching YouTube videos. And the first person I saw was, shoot, I can't remember his name, but that fellow that does the YouTube video Smells Like Yarn, he got an enormous Ice package. I mean, he maybe for an hour was going through that package. So I was like, oh, I've been dying, I've been waiting, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to order some Ice. So I'm going to cut into my Ice. Now, I did not find any kind of coupon codes or any particular deal, so I just ordered from their website. I kept it kind of conservative on what I was going to purchase. It all came in this plastic bag and packaging and tape. So, I mean, it's not a ton here. This isn't going to be an hour long, but I am pretty excited because I've never ordered, like I said, from Ice before. I want to say that with shipping and handling, because I did have to pay shipping. Shipping was $19, and my package itself was right around $20. Okay, so the first thing on top, I apparently ordered. Oh my gosh, I saw some inside. I'm so excited. I forgot to order. Okay, so this is just like a teal yarn. It's I wanted to open. I don't know how you feel about all this noise. I hear everybody apologize when they have noise. When I ordered this, I would click on the picture of the yarn, just in case you've never ordered from Ice before, and all the packages were in 4. Like, there was 4 yarn for the price and the item. So this is a chunky yarn, I'm going to guess. A wool, 40% wool, 60% acrylic. Made in Turkey. It doesn't say the weight, but to me, this is definitely a chunky yarn. I really love this color. This is my favorite, one of my favorite colors to wear. So I got 4 of these. I'm very happy about this. Like I've said before, I never really worked with chunky yarn before, but then started doing some of Laurel's patterns. Now, I don't know what I should pull out first. I think I'll just pull this one out. This is a very beautiful purpley pink swirls. Right here. Found a packaging opening up. Now this looks very different than the picture. So it's purple and pink swirls. Isn't that beautiful? 25% wool, 75% acrylic. Again, it does not say a color. Maybe if I peel this underneath. Dora Glitz. I'm seeing that. Do you see that? I got these on apparently sale. These were on sale. I don't think anything I bought, because I have 5 packages that are approximately $4 to $5. I'll see if I can find my invoice here to tell you more about it, because I don't see the colorway name or whether or not it's they covered it up with this stupid sticker that says sale winter. This is a worsted weight, and I want to say the colorway is Dora Glitz. What does this one say? If I can read this. I can't read it underneath here either. They put their sticker on it. But anyway, I love them. And they do look a little bit different, each one. See, this one to this one. Same colors, just different amounts and variegated. Ooh. This will make a nice baby star blanket. Nice. Look at that. Or maybe a girl poncho. So I love this. What does it call it here? Oh, this calls rose pink lilac. That's all it said there. See that? Okay, so I got that. That's the second bundle of yarn. This one's pretty too. Oh, here. This one is called Baby Lollipop. They're saying this is a fine yarn. This is 100% acrylic. To me, this is just a little bit smaller than the deep mandala. See? Just a little bit smaller than the mandala. This one actually might make a really nice knitted spring shawl. And so this one is white with flecks of pink or like fuchsia, green, and orange. It's super soft. And this one is 100% acrylic. There's 4 of them, and they all look pretty much the same. And then last, ooh, and I got a little present in here. You guys, I'm so excited. And last but not least is this. Look at that, friends. This is nice. This is 100% acrylic, a baby yarn. Again, they're saying it's 2 and a fine, but again, I'd say this is just a hair smaller than the mandala. Well, probably the same to me personally. It looks like. Again, made in Turkey because it's ice. Yeah, oh. Look at how pretty that is. And then all 4 of them are those beautiful bright pink, light pink swirls. Look. I love them. Okay, so I love them. I'll hold one of each so you can see all the 4 cool new yarns I got. Okay. Here they are. Oh my god, they're my favorite colors. Pink, purple, and blue. I just keep adding to the pink, purple, and blue. So yeah, that's it. So I got 16 skeins of yarn for $40, which I think is a pretty good deal. And the nice thing is I've got 4 of each kind. So, you know, you can make something good. Now, here is my present. I got a coaster. Don't get excited about that. Ice Yarns. It has the website, them on Instagram and Facebook. So, that's kind of boring. Then I got a little thank you card from them. With some coupon codes. Now, this is how they get you addicted. Here. $110 off your next 500 purchase. Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to be ordering $500 worth of yarn. 50 off of 250, 10 off of 75, 25 off to 150. A math genius would know what percentage that is, and that's not me, so I don't know. Not much of a percent. And then they gave me this little project bag. I mean, it's not the cutest thing in the world, but it's not bad. This is it. Nice long straps. Because us chubby girls, we've got bigger arms to get the straps around. But yeah, pretty cute. A little canvas tote. No zipper, no pockets. But it'll fit a few of these yarns in it. Okay, so that was my ice yarn package. I'm assuming that this is the invoice here. I can cut it open and see what the exact pricing was. No, this is not the invoice. This one is. So, it does not look to be in English, so I won't be reading it to you. I believe it's in Turkey. So, yeah. That is that. Now, this is what the other thing is I was going to talk about in this video. Because somebody had mentioned in one of my comments, after I opened my last Knitcrate, which you can see here, and I put a couple other Knitcrates up here, is, you know, kind of like questioning and wondering about why I do the Knitcrate, what I think about it, what I think about the yarn subscriptions in general. And so these are my basic thoughts on that. First of all, I love the surprise of what I'm going to get in the mail. Now, I do not, as I said in my previous video, I do not usually read my Knitcrate emails. And so when I get the package in the mail, it is a straight up surprise. I don't see the previews. I don't know the colorways. I don't know if it's going to be worsted DK. I love the surprise of what are they going to send me. Okay, so the other thing, and this comes from the fact that up until now, we've been a single family income. Now I do have a job, but we have 3 kids. And so our budget's tight, and I am not going to the local yarn shops and spending $25, $30 a skein on yarn. It just can't happen. Especially being a crocheter, you all know that a knitter can get a full scarf or a shawl or whatnot out of one skein, and crocheter's going to need 2 or 3. I do occasionally partake in some delicious yarn. Like I bought this one. I bought one over here when I went to Fiber. I would say probably I buy no more than 5 of those expensive yarns a year. And the last one I bought was one skein. Here, I'll just pull it real quick and see here. It was one skein of 218 yards for $24. I typically do like with this ice, you know. I'll go to Walmart or Target and I'll buy 3 mandala cakes, the too much or whatever, when they're $5 each, and I got 3 for $15. And these have how many yards are in these? 590 yards in just one. Maybe when I don't have kids and we're not paying off a house, we're not paying off a car, maybe at that point then I'll be able to invest a little bit more into these finer wools and whatnot. But in general, the bulk of my yarn comes from Walmart and Target. So the reason I'm saying all this is because the Knitcrate is $24 a month and you get 2 fancy yarns. And these 2 are the cost of that one. So I got 2 skeins of yarn for the cost of this one. I also got, you know, the patterns. Now they do usually have 1 or 2 knit and 1 crochet. I get most of my patterns for free off Ravelry or off people's blogs. So I like getting the free patterns. I enjoy the excitement of what am I going to get. I'm not 100% thrilled with the muff for the crochet, but you know what? That comes with the excitement because I think for the month of November, I loved the yarn and I loved the pattern. So for me, I love that excitement. It's like a little bit of gambling. So for me, this is a nice way for me to get nice yarn. Yes, I could take that $24 and I could go to my local yarn shop and I could choose the exact one skein that I want, the best color, the best feel. But no, instead, I like the excitement of getting 2 that I don't know. And, you know, I wasn't necessarily thrilled with that one green that month. And I probably would not have been thrilled if I would have gotten the brown this month. But I do know people I can make things for. And I know someone in my family that really loves that shade of green. And I could have made her something. But instead, I gave it away in a YouTube video. And then, you know, you get the surprise of worsted weight, DK weight, chunky weight, and lace weight. All of these are Knitcrate yarns that I have gotten. Now, also that gal had mentioned about, and I think it was Sandy. And Sandy, I love this comment because it gives me something to talk about in a video. She also talked about whether or not people make the patterns. Now, initially for me, because either I'm lazy or I'm turned off by technology, when they were not giving me the actual patterns, I didn't even look at them. I did not log on, I did not type in their coupon code, and then I did not go get the patterns. I maybe could have, but I didn't. I sure didn't. Now that they have them in the book, I absolutely am going to do. You all talked me into doing the beginner cowl, the adventurous beginner cowl for the Knitcrate, so I'm going to be making that for this one. I did the fruitage one, and then I would have done the knitting star, but you'd use my sparkle yarn for that. And I'm trying to think, what was the third book? Here, just a sec. I don't have the third book. I can't remember because they have only had these books for a few months. So, now, I will say I did once, 3 months, for 3 months about 2 years ago, because it was when I very first started crocheting. It took me about a year to make the mermaid tail because I had that incident where it got tangled, and I set it aside for quite a few months. And then shortly after that, I did join Darn Good Yarn. That is a $10 a month subscription box. You get 1 skein of yarn, I believe 1 knit pattern, 1 crochet pattern, and then they say an extra. The first month I was in it, I got this yarn, and I caked it up right away, and I keep it in this bag because I find the smell of this yarn to be very strong. Now, I've been advised by somebody in my knit group that if I just make something with it, wash it in some vinegar, it'll be fine, but I have not yet made anything with it, and so that it doesn't make my other yarn smelly, I keep it in this little bag. But it's one of these raw silk, because Knit Darn Good Yarn, for those of you who don't know, they contract through programs in third world countries like India and Africa and whatnot to give the women that work over there jobs. Exactly where this comes from, I'm not sure. I want to say saris. Like it's scraps from saris, and then they bundle it up, make it into yarn, whatever they do to make it into this, and then they mail it to Darn Good Yarn, and then they give it to us in these subscription boxes. So your money does go to a good cause with the Darn Good Yarn. The next month I got this yarn from them. This one does not smell as bad, so I have not bagged it up, but I will tell you when I was caking it, because it comes in hanks too, when I was using it's actually my stepmom's yarn winder, and it was a Knit Picks one, I believe. It broke 3 times. This yarn is very inconsistent in its size, which could be a feature of the yarn, and quite a few 3 times while caking this, it broke. So that was kind of frustrating to me. I have since lost the few patterns that, one of them was for a shawl, and this is, remember, when I first started, so I did not understand the pattern. The second one for this, they wanted me to make these 3 little baskets that were connected that you could like hang on the wall and put like little potted plants in. So it wasn't my jam, if you will. So I was like, I'm not gonna make that. Like I was about that muff. So I kept this yarn. Like I said, this one doesn't smell, so I didn't put it away. And then the third month I actually threw the yarn away. Well, I wouldn't even call it yarn. It was, it kind of looked to me like fraying ribbon. Like they had taken some kind of fabric and made it into small strips by just like ripping it. And then it was frayed on the sides. And they wanted me to make like a little handbag out of it. So this is my personal feelings on Darn Good Yarn. I believe from what I've seen, or Zelda NJR3, I believe they've stepped up their game in the last couple years, because she has yarn that looks a lot nicer. I mean, obviously I can't touch it, but it looks nicer than what I got, and it looks like they're better colors, and I have not seen her with that frayed ribbon type yarn. So I mean, it has its place. It's only $10, so it's not a fortune by any means. I also felt like you didn't get as much yarn, but again, it's only $10. So for crocheting, it's a very small projects you can make. And then if you want to repurchase the yarn, they are, $10 to $15 for another skein. So I didn't love it. And then my free items with it I was not happy at all. The first month I got these, they were this big, little 4, they look like very, very fat toothpicks, which I've since learned were for knitting DPNs, double pointed needles, but they were so short. I'm not kidding. I was like, first of all, at that point I wasn't even knitting, and I still don't even I have still not knitted circular yet. So I threw those away because I brought them to my knit group and nobody wanted them. I was like, I don't need them. They're just wood. The second month I got a sheet of stickers, butterfly stickers, and I was like, I could get those at Hobby Lobby. And then the third month I got a note that said they ran out of special gifts and I didn't get one. And that's when I got the shredded yarn, or the shredded silk fabric stuff. So then I was like, I'm canceling my subscription. So I canceled them. Now, you want to give them a try again. I've seen a lot of other folks using Darn Good Yarn, and they've, like I've said, they've upped their game. But I've also, if you're like me and you love the excitement of getting a package once a month and the surprise of some kind of, you know, yarn, you know, why not? I have also copied a little bit of information here that I'll quick summarize for you. I also put a link in the description to each of the websites of these groups that I'm going to mention. So there'll be a link to Darn Good Yarn, and also I'll put a link to Zelda, Zelda NJR3, because I believe she's one of their ambassadors, and so she may have a code that you could type to get a discount. And then also Knitcrate. I would love to be a Knitcrate ambassador, but I am not. I believe the only person that I actually know that is a Knitcrate ambassador is Janae from DIY Creation 7. So when I put the Knitcrate, I'll put her in there. If you want, you can email me at summerstipsandstitches@gmail.com, and I can then email you a personal referral, because Knitcrate also, if you refer your friends, they will give you a credit. I'm one away from the gold membership. So Knitcrate also has a variety of packages, different monthly subscriptions. Quite frankly, there's a ton of people who get them, so I'm sure a lot of you already know about Knitcrate. Crochet Surprise is another group. I'll put a link in the description to them and to Setta from Setta's Place, because she's one of their ambassadors, so she has a coupon code that she can give you. And they focus on crochet patterns. You get yarn from them, and I believe you get tea and maybe a little treat. They also have, oh, a little goodie, it says. Then they also have step-by-step tutorials, which Setta is one of them that makes the tutorials. And this comes to your house once a month. So yeah, and then you can order discounted yarn from their website with them. Another group, and I don't know anybody who is an ambassador for this group, it's called Knitwise. They are $29 a month. With this group, you will receive high-quality yarn, it claims, specialized tools like needles and hooks, free online tutorials, and a bonus tote. Now, I don't know if they give you that every month or with just your first box. And they only ship within the United States. So sorry about that, my dear European and Australian friends. Yarn Yay. Now that is a real, that's what they're called, Yarn Yay. They are $35 a month. Vicky Howell is the one that has started that group. They give out high quality yarns, 100 yards in each package. And a few bonus goodies, plus Vicky's online tutorials. And this ships worldwide. So those of you outside the United States, you can take part of this. The Classic Society, and of course I think this one's British because it's £32 a month. They outsource their yarns. Indie hand dyers are the ones that provide them with their monthly. You'll get 1 or 2 skeins of 100 grams, and that's what you get with them for £32. And that is a worldwide program. So check out, Classic Society. Check out Classic Society. Another group I found was Paridise Fibers. And I actually thought about checking these ones out. They will either give you a yarn box or a fiber. So if you're someone that wants to work on spinning your own yarn, and I'm not there yet, they have, each month has a 6 to 8 ounce of exclusive fibers and wool yarn from merino wool, cashmere, silk, tips and tricks included in their monthly newsletters. And of course, if you are a club member, you can enjoy their Paridise Fibers yarn community. This is worldwide and it ships on the 5th of the month. Now this group I also thought about, because each of these groups do let you do a 1-month purchase. Jimmy's Knit Club, or it also said Jimmy Bean, which I'm going to be honest, isn't that like a liquor, Jimmy Bean? But anyway, Jimmy's Knit Club, $20 to $25 a month. They have a variety like Knitcrate of different types of group packages you can get. They have beautifully printed patterns, they say. Not just regular patterns, beautifully printed. And they're divided into 3-month projects. Yarn samples. Now this is the check here. They have yarn samples. It does not say a skein, and it doesn't say how many yards or ounces. It just says yarn sample. So I don't know what that details. And they didn't have anything in the picture that would clue me in on how much yarn they're sending. A snap bag. An extra goodie now and then, not every month. And a custom Jimmy Bean box. Extra Jimmy Knit Club perks. So if you refer people and you use different coupon codes, you can get Jimmy's Knit Club perks. And yeah, so there's that. I don't know. That one is a little more on the lower end, 20 to 25, which is probably why they're only giving you samples. Biscotte Yarn Club is $22 a month. It comes out every 2 months, not a monthly club. They will give you 2 skeins of their limited edition yarn. You'll also receive a pattern. And the box of yarn is usually self-striping, semi-solid, speckled, or variegated. So, and they're all hand-dyed. It says carefully hand-dyed. I love it when folks use adjectives. Like the beautifully printed and the carefully hand-dyed. I mean, how else are you going to dye your yarn unless you want a big mess? So now my husband, my dear sweet husband, was like, you know, wouldn't that be nice if you ordered a box from each of the groups and did a video on each of them? And I'm like, yes, more yarn for me. So I still might do that. I might not, because I might be selective. I think Setta's got the corner on the Crochet Surprise, so I probably won't order from them. If you want more information, like I said, take Setta. Check her out. But I might do that with one of these other groups, and I'll let you know. Now, if you're someone, you know, that none of this excitement of getting yarn once a month in the mail or the surprise, then these are not your kind of groups. But there's obviously there's a bunch of other people like me that just love that that excitement. I love getting a package in the mail once a month. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description to each of these. So at least if you want, almost all of these clubs then also sold their yarn. And all of these groups also sold separate knitting and crochet tools. Knitting and crochet needles, different brands. One of them, I believe, and I want to say it was the Society folks, the Classic Society. They were selling Chai-Gu needles on their site. No, that was Biscotte. The Biscotte Yarn Club also sells Chai-Gu knitting needles. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can check out, look around, click through the links and see where they take you. And then don't forget, if you are going to order them, you can either check out Setta, DIY Creation 7s, or you can email me and I will email you my personal referral code. But yeah, that's what I like I like getting them. In fact, every month I'm very excited for my Knitcrate, even when I don't love the yarn color. I suppose I could, like, you know, go get my own yarn. But sometimes it's just nice. It's a nice surprise. So, you know, and like I said, maybe Darn Good Yarn has stepped up their game from 3 or 4 years ago. And they're putting out a little bit better quality. And I hope so, because it is a nice idea that they're helping those less fortunate in other countries. But that's all I've got for you today, folks. Super excited to work with my ice yarn. So, have a good day. Thanks for watching and subscribing. And until then, happy crafting. Bye.